All right, we're out here. This is Bry at the compound. I just dozed off. Got back and it was so nice out. It was raining. I just tipped the seat back for a minute and boom, 2 hours gone. But that's to be expected. I've been running wild and I've been running like a crazy fox in the woods, and I just needed to take a dive real quick. And anyway, we got the second load of wood in, and I'm going to give you a rundown of what you got. I mean, I am Gen X, so I was always taught to either walk it off or to rub some dirt in it. But either way, we got the wood, people. We got the wood. Here we go. This is the second load. Now, I just want to say, in full disclaimer, you see some of this stuff. Look at this. They cut it randomly. You know, they cut some at 12 inches, some at 25 inches, and at the end of the day, this is the first load here. Okay, it's a nice score. You know, it's a really nice score, but it's going to take a little bit extra. How do I put this? Attention to detail. Look at this. They got this thing. It's about 11 inches, and then they got this one here. That's about, you know, the right length. It's about 16 to 18, and then you know, I didn't want to leave this behind. You know, it was more like a situation that said. They were nice enough to give it to me, and what were they going to do with it, right? It's too big, it's not brush. They had a bunch of brush there that they're going to get a chipper, and they're going to have their hands full because they don't normally do this kind of work. But at the end of the day, your boy Bry, he went over and he helped him out. And there we are. That's free right there. All this is free, and all that right there is free. In that wagon, and that is my rehab trailer. If you can't tell, that baby's a rehab trailer, but look how nice that rehabs that wood. It brings it right home to daddy. And the situation is, you know, now the DIYer, me the DIYer, not you the DIYer, but me the DIYer, is going to come out back here, and we're going to show you what we got, people. That's another shout out to our wagon again. I know you wanted to see that one more time. Can't wait for this weather to stop. It's been raining nonstop, on and off. But take a look at this situation here. It's about time, okay, for the mighty Merc wood splitter to do its thing. And as you can tell, I did cover up the engine haphazardly with a bucket, but nonetheless, it is covered. The situation here says we've got something, people, that most people that have wood would love to have. Now that is a little wood splitter, and let me tell you the nice thing I like about this wood splitter. The reaction time on it coming back is not slow. It comes back really fast, jet fast. You know, it comes back nice. It ain't like you got to wait around all day on it. It's a nice little wood splitter, you know. And there we go, right there. That's what we got, okay? I think Kirco, yeah, Kirco makes that, yep. Look at the head on that thing. Imagine how many pieces of wood this thing has seen in its day, you know? I mean, I can just imagine, as I look at this thing, like how many pieces of wood this thing has said, you know, you are not gonna win, I'm gonna win. And it just, the welds look good on it. Whoever welded this right from the factory, they must have had their stuff together because nothing broke, right? And you know, it's a nice little rig. The valve body is in good shape. There's no leaks on it. And of course, I fixed the cylinder last time. If you remember, on my old video, right back here, I'll show you something. It was leaking here, remember? Right here. I wound up taking the cylinder out and I repaired that leak. This looks like where some of the paint has come off. It might have had a little bit of that hydraulic fluid that got in there, and the situation is it took it out. You know, it took the paint off, but it's okay. I don't know what this is. There's a few little things I gotta straighten up on it, right? Like this little wire here. We don't want that on there to poke me in the eyeball when I bend over to look at something. So we're gonna get that off there right away. Okay, now that's gone. I know you want to see underneath it. Give me a second. We're getting to it. There we are. Boom. Go like that. she's not a bad system. You know, this I went and, if you remember right, this had nothing on here. So what I did was I went down to my local, how do I put it? It's like a tractor junkyard, really. The guy does maintenance and stuff, but I turned around and found this and said, let me put this breather cap on here. Even though I had to fabricate it a little bit, it's better than just an open carburetor. So there we are. We have the Intech IC206. It's a cast iron sleeve, and it's Briggs & Stratton, people. That is a Briggs & Stratton engine. And you know, it's not a Tecumseh, but at the end of the day, if you can't have a Tecumseh, the next best thing is a Briggs. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But we're going to bring this baby up, and we're going to get a little video of us putting this thing to work, you know. We are going to put this to work, and we're going to see if we can't get the little rust off here with going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, get that wood split. And I'll tell you right now, I think this thing's seen that wood come in, and it started laughing under its breath, because I don't think that this thing is even worried about that wood up there. This thing will crack him like it's nothing. That's a pretty good cylinder on there. I mean, that's a pretty big cylinder for a little bitty wood splitter. But we're going to get the four-wheeler. We're going to come out here. We're going to grab it. We're going to put it, how do I say, in position. And we're going to make that thing say, let's go. Let's get this wood broke down so we can get some biothermal units out of you. And, you know, that was $150 and some time well spent, so that the situation said we're going to have wood, and it's not going to be in whole form. We're going to break it down. And I'm looking out here in the woods right now, and I'm trying to see exactly what I'm looking at here. I have got to see what is going on. It looks like a tree fell down. Yep, I think I have a big tree right there. And I need to go get that. I don't know if you can see it, people. We need to get out there and cut that up. But we're not going to do it while it's just wet out. These dandelions are wreaking havoc on the yard. I've got to get the mower back out here, and I just did the oil change on that. And that's another thing I want to talk to you about. It's been a minute, you know, but now I'm home, so we're going to have these conversations. We're going to go over them. I bought the new Gravely last year, and let's talk next to the wood pile. And what happened was I said, well, I think I need to do the oil change at like 25 hours. But I said, well, I really wasn't sure, but I have the manual, so I start to drain the oil, and the oil is just as black as coal. Almost as black as a coal coming off that diesel right there. I do like them diesels though. But I change the oil, I drop the oil, I find the manual, I open the manual up, and it says, change engine oil every 100 hours. That's what I said. Every 100 hours? I don't think so. Maybe if you're a millennial, maybe if you're a zennial, but not a Gen Xer. We ain't falling for that fabrication on the paperwork. We can see with our own two eyes that baby needs changed. And here's the other kicker. In the manual, and I'm going to actually bring this out and show it to you here eventually. I want to show you the manual where it says, change the oil filter every 200 hours. Does that make sense? To take a shower, but only put your underwear on and change them every other shower. It ain't going to happen. I don't care what the manual says. I'm changing mine every 25 hours. And the reason I say 25 instead of 100 is because that's what I basically had on it per season. Last summer, that's about what I had on it. It's 25 hours. And at the end of the season, there could be moisture in there, even though I keep it indoors. And we're not going to do that. We're just going to change it out. And I dropped the oil. I changed it. I got a new filter. We put it on there. And at the end of the day, we're starting out fresh again for this season. We're not going to have old oil in it. But I know some of you seen the trailer here, the dump trailer, and you're saying to yourself, what's next for her? Well, I'm going to give you a little update. Your boys got all of July off this year. I used all my vacation. And between the holidays and so forth, I've got, let's just call it the lion's share of July off. So this trailer is going to get built. I think during that time. I'm going to go get the steel and have it on deck. We're going to build the upper part to it. We're going to get 4 brand new tires. What else can I say? We're going to sandblast this, and like I said, we're going to paint it properly. It's going to get 2 coats of the epoxy primer. It's going to get 2 coats of the black urethane paint, and we're going to have a nice dump trailer. Now, there is an old motor and pump in here that works just fine. I did test it, but I have a brand new one that I ordered off Amazon with the controllers and everything, so we'll be using that. But rest assured, this bad boy will be ready to roll. Now, here's the thing. I don't really have my truck ready for this, but I could go rent one if I ever needed it until I get mine done, which would have hauled all this wood in one shot. And let me say, that's not bad. I'm going to guess there's... I mean, normally a load of wood that height is 2 cord for me. But I'm just going to be conservative and say there's 3 cord there. We'll get her cut. Excuse me. Still tired. We'll get her cut and split, and we'll give you an update on it. But this is Bry. I'm over here, and I've got some wood to split. So I'll get back at you. And if you got any free wood out there you have on your property that you're saying to yourself, man, I wish someone would come and get this, holler at your boy. I'll come get it.